came up thereafter. Nigeria, Mr. Joagi had initiated a garniture proceeding against the CBN for the purpose of recovering a judgment debt of $70 million from LIL and the Minister of Finance. According to a court document, Form 15, judgment summons following the order, the CBN had paid Aggie part of the $70 million, leaving a balance of $50 for the matter. The proceedings, Emefiele's lawyer informed the judge that he had on Monday filed an affidavit to show cause why an arrest warrant should not be issued against Emefiele. So that's the update on the Emefiele issue. It's been a bit of a back and forth. Well, not a bit, a lot of back and forth regarding the former CBN governor. Let's get into the roundtable right now and get into the bigger stories and also get your reactions at this time. All right, 12 minutes past 3. Let's get into how Nigerians are reacting to the 7 billion naira budgeted for renovation of Tinubu and Shetima's residences. Now, Nigerians have expressed anger over the plan by the presidency to renovate President Bola Tinubu and Vice President Kashim Shetima's official residences in Lagos with 7 billion naira and purchase official vehicles for the office of the First Lady with about 1.5 billion naira. Reports have it that the expenses will be funded from the 2.176 trillion supplementary budget passed for second reading by the National Assembly on Tuesday. Now, this is amidst the nationwide hardship occasioned by the removal of petrol subsidy and the foreign exchange unification and the rising inflation, which has led to increase in food prices. How much are you buying food right now? How are you able to survive every month? I'm just curious to know, because your tip could help me as well, could help other people out there. How do you ensure that you do not run out of food items every month based on how much you earn? Because people have had to up their food budget. Everything has gone up. It's off the roof right now. And Nigerians are complaining, wondering that the government asked us to tighten our belts, but we don't see them doing the same thing, or are they? Well, that's the question they would have to answer. Well, Nigerians had also recently flayed the procurement of the Prado SUVs valued at 160 million naira for each of the 469 members of the National Assembly. Now, findings indicate that the administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari had between 2016 and 2020 spent 37 billion to keep Aso Villa in tip-top shape. Now, in 2021 alone, the budgetary provision for its refurbishment was 11.04 billion naira, in addition to the over 25 billion naira reportedly spent on electricity and plumbing in Aso Rock. Now, the proposed expenditure for Tinubu and Shetima's residencies renovation and the purchase of official cars or for the office of the First Lady is part of the 28 billion naira budgeted for the State House in the 2023 supplementary budget. Now, other items for the State House include the purchase of SUV vehicles at 2.9 billion naira and the replacement of operational pool vehicles at 2.9 billion naira. What happened to the vehicles that were there before now, you're asking? Well, while the renovation of Abuja House would go up 2.5 billion naira, computerization and digitalization of the State House was allocated at 200 million naira. So other allocations are right there, and we're getting reactions rather from the Labour Party and CSOs. Now, Tanko Yunusa, spokesperson of the Obi Dati Presidential Campaign Council of the Labour Party, said, as opposition party, we feel this is detrimental to the development of our nation, and therefore We reject this mismanagement of priority against the interest of Nigerians. And he went on to say the same goes for the yacht, renovation of homes, and buying of needless cars and everything that has to do with the usage of taxpayers' money at our detriment, and we reject it in its entirety. End of quote. Now, what would the government need to do for Nigerians to believe that they are also tightening their belt? Reacting to the report on the yacht, on the president's request for a presidential yacht. Now, the presidency has debunked that report for the proposed allocation of 5.095 billion naira as part of the 2023 supplementary budget for the purchase of that yacht. Now, a senior special assistant to the president on media and publicity, Temitope Ajayi, on Thursday said the yacht was requested by the Nigerian Navy and not the president. In her words, I'll take excerpt from that. It is important to state clearly that President Bola Tinubu did not ask for a presidential yacht, and I doubt that he needs one to perform the functions of his office. From what I know, the request for a yacht, however, it is named or couched in the budget, is for the Navy, and they must have operational reasons for what it is required. Now, the question will be, why is it named the presidential yacht if it is not for the president? Of course, any yacht, would be managed by the Nigerian Navy, whether it's for the president or not. The budget office, she goes on to state, should be in a position to also explain to the public why such expenditure should be accompanied now, considering the economic situation of the country. Someone said, shifting blames. Well, it seems as though that is the excuse that is being given. So the budget office needs to be the one explaining what exactly that yacht is doing in the supplementary budget. Now, more explanations. When the State House makes provisions for vehicles, it is reported that if it is the president that will use all the vehicles or eat all the food, when a provision is made for food and catering, we have had such inaccurate reporting in the past. A president and vice president cannot, for any reason, spend 20 million naira to eat in a year. If it is about the food, they will eat as first or second families. How much food can a person really eat? Is the question, that they were asking. The money cannot just be for one person or one family. So yes, that's the response that the spokesperson to the presidency gave regarding the yacht and other expenditure captured in the budget. But what's your reaction? I asked you, what do you feel the presidency needs to do, the federal government in general, to show to Nigerians that indeed they are also tightening their belt until things get better before all of these spendings coming to play. Let's look at what's happening on YouTube and Facebook right now at Nigeria Info Abuja. You can join the conversation right there. Don't forget to include your name and your location when you send a message on the WhatsApp platform. 08099 930-137. That is the WhatsApp number. And you can call 0700-951-0000 and 08095974869. Ensure that you move away from your device when you call in. Please stick to your allotted time and give way for others to call. So go straight to your point so that others can have that opportunity to call and share their thoughts as well. All right? Let's do this. Welcome. One and only. Welcome. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. This wonderful afternoon, my brother.
Welcome.
You see, my name is Obedient Moses Wachuku.
Welcome, Moses.
Did you see that maybe that jingle that people have been playing before? And I want you to repeat that jingle again so I can understand what will be mean. He said, if we use 1/4 of the money we have been borrowing and throw away, if we use it in our Texas industry, that Nigeria would have been a better place. You don't see why Obi was coming in to cut down the cost of governance. That is why those people that want the cost of governance to go high don't want him to come in. Obi would have done it. Now, they are now asking us to tighten our belt. Let me now remind them all, our belt, the last hole is finished. Unless they want us to open more holes on that belt. And if we open that more hole on that belt, all Nigerians will shrink to death. Please, let them not spend our money anyhow.
All right.
APC, pity for us.
All right.
Thank you.
Welcome. Good afternoon. Thank you. Welcome.
I think the man who present you and give this name deserve some maybe one gift for the Baba.
Okay.
Because the name is written there now. We thank God.
Right.
This Sadio Mikoli and this obedient son, Obi Wachuku, I give you.
Welcome.
On the issue of this presidential year, thank God that they have come out. If they deny that it is not true, they should let it be that it is not true. And you media also should be careful. We know we have anti and pro in every section. Anti-government is in the media. Pro-government is in the media. I know. A media house like TB will not get anything good in this government. No, they are doing what is wrong. We agree. But the media also should not come out when they are not.
Let's not be quick. Let's not be quick to cast aspersions at me, like calling out names and people because they have a different view from what you have. Come on.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I understand you, but what I'm saying is that a lot of people will come out and bring news later when the government denies. You will now know that what people mean is like somebody is controlling them. You understand? Look at him now. They deny that the man is not in mandate because someone like me, I'm angry with himself. I said, what do you want to do with this? But now that they say it belongs to Navy, they should let it be like that. And we need to ask the Navy. All this money they have been spending for them, what do they do? We didn't see any achievement. Military, Air Force, all of them. Now look at our supplementary budget. They will still give you how many billion again. Many of them they will be smiling in somewhere now. All the general, all the chief of army staff, all of them they will, because they are doing result on all these problems. I'm using this medium to beg Mr. President. Try to do good. We don't have power to remove you. But remember, if you don't give account to win Nigeria, we will give account to God.
All right.
Make sure you do well. You are the most gifted president in Nigeria now. People don't want
where did you get that information from? Adewumi. Do you have data to support that?
You see, let me tell you, when somebody say many people didn't vote for him, you hear a lot of people say it. Even those who are armed robbers.
All right, Adewumi.
They are blaming Tinubu for all the problems that they are facing. So I want him to do good. To that he fought for democracy.
All right, Adewumi.
If he completely disappoint Nigeria, it will not be go well. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts. You can watch live on YouTube and Facebook right now at Nigeria Info Abuja.
Let out the biggest conversations with traders passionately netted to.
This is Nigeria Info.
Hello, my name is Kimberly Nwachukwu. I'm the host of Hard Facts, and I bring you the biggest stories driving conversation every weekday here on 95.1 Nigeria Info Hard Fact Show. I love to get your opinion and conjectures, but the facts you cannot dispute here on Hard Facts. Join me and let's talk.
Audio Jungle.
is Nigeria Info. Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info. Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info. Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info.
Bro, you can call that number. Let's see what's happening on Facebook real quick before we take some of your calls. Umar Farouk watching. Keep up the good work. Also, Francis and Namani, good afternoon. Says the federal government should begin to diversify her economy, revitalize her moribund industries, and create an enabling environment for both local and foreign investors to expand her revenue base rather than borrowing spree. The narratives need to be corrected in order to move this country forward. May God help us. And the high cost of governance in this country, regardless of the hardships and sufferings being witnessed by average Nigerians, are unacceptable and unpalatable. Government should put the interest of the masses on the front burner. Which way Nigeria? May God help us. That's what Francis ends his message with. Welcome.
Welcome. Hello?
Yes, welcome too. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Sorry, my greeting was going to another person. I didn't know you were speaking.
That's okay. It's still same difference. Welcome.
My name is Emmanuel, future president.
Welcome, Emmanuel. Go ahead.
Agaba is the one.
One and only.
Honestly, this name fits here. It's like, they are going to make you our king very soon.
Ah, interesting. Go ahead, please.
Itodo, sometimes I feel like not talking about Nigeria issue, but I don't know. Sometimes each time I think of not doing that, the more the feelings keep coming because different things are happening on different occasions. How can you tell me that you keep maintaining a house that money has been spent on in the last administration? How can you tell me different exotic cars are being given in a country where people cannot have 3-square meals in a day? Where are we? Do these people have conscience at all? Where is their conscience? Where have they told their conscience? It's quite unfortunate that we find ourselves in the hands of these people. And that is why you see politicians, once a position is given to them, you see them going to church to give thanksgiving, give thanksgiving in church. You get my point?
Is anything wrong with having thanks or giving thanks for something that you prayed for or hoped on?
My brother, you are going there to serve the public. What type of thanksgiving is that? That you are going to make the public money. That is the thanksgiving they are going to do. What for now? Come.
All right, Emmanuel.
I beg. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you. Have a good one. Welcome. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
It's Itodo.
Yes, welcome.
The Agaba is the one.
One and only.
Agaba doesn't feel what the Nigerians are feeling. If they say Agaba, you know the title.
Well.
So the Agaba will always feel concerned about the less privileged.
Wow, Selassie.
Then they will explain to Agaba, the Agaba, this is our plight.
Okay.
Agaba,
yes.
I want to ask, this yard, is it for security to be fighting, to be protecting our waterways, or is for luxury or for enjoyment? I don't really understand by what they mean by that yard.
Well,
me, I no go school.
Well, the yacht, there's no explanation as to what they exactly need it for, if it's for combat or training or anything specific. But we'll have to wait to get an explanation from them as to what exactly is the need or the use of it.
If it's for combat, they would have said it's for combat now. It's for security to protect our waterways. And, to protect, this crude that has been stolen all these days. Maybe they would have said, okay, this yard is for, to protect our waterways in order to avert the stolen of crude. I want Nigerians to know. Do you remember the Prime Minister of United Kingdom, the Great Britain? Rishi Sunak.
Immediately he came in. What did he do? He said he's going to cut governance. He's going to cut excessive, and that is what he does. He came from the family that, yes, they are well-to-do, and he said his interest is to serve the people of Britain. May God help us all.
Amen. Welcome. Good afternoon. Your device is on. Can you move away from me, please?
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Itodo.
Yes, welcome.
They call the Agabi one also. And they try to give explanation to what it means.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether this is Tyra.
Welcome, Tyra.
Shout out to Selassie and Ademini and Moses and all of them.
Yeah.
Itodo, you know, I just think that sometimes I ask myself, why is ours different? Because if you look at the situation we are in this country, what the masses are going through now, and how these same people will tell us to tighten our beds when they don't. I think Tinubu is now even entering, I don't know, between me and Buhari, who is more extravagant. I don't understand, because the numbers of ministers, because if you look at look at even his rights and all the staff that they have, it's too much. You don't cut anything from your own side. You want the poor masses to continue to cut and cut and cut. What else is remaining for us to cut off? Is it our clothes or our bodies? I don't understand it. They are giving it to the Navy. What for? I just see the problem that Nigeria is facing. The problem that Nigeria is facing today is that just one call of subsidies is gone. That has been what has brought us to where we are today. And people are dying and suffering. Forget it. We talk on radio, but reality is staring at everybody. When you go outside your gate, you go outside, you see people. People are dying. Nigeria has never died like this before. People are suffering. And yet we hear every day hear of the good, how they continue to splash and borrow and do this and that, deceiving people. I don't think Tinubu is the kind of person that will cut down on anything. That's just the truth. Because when you see a president that comes in and really wants to do something for the masses, I mean that president must come with a clean hand. Because it is when you love, when the masses really put you there and they love you, you bring yourself down to do something for them. But in his own case, it's for the bourgeois.
No, but quick question, Tyra. Now, the thing is, we expect that the federal government should work optimally. And if they decide that they're going to make numerous cuts across board, the question is, what exactly would they need to show to make it obvious that they're making cuts? As examples to Nigerians.
Itodo,
yes.
You don't stay in more than a house.
You
don't even you don't write more than one car or two. Aircraft and all those things. There are so many ways to cut that cost. There are so many ways to bring that. Your staffs and all those things will be limited. There are so many ways to show it. When a good luck was there, even though they are blaming him today, he's far better than any one of them today. Because at least he tried to try to cut down that cost and try to reach out to the masses by the kind of policies that he brought out that made a lot of people today to even be somewhere today. At least I know some. But these other ones that came in, Buhari came in with a lot of exploitation. Although he ran this contract grant, he's giving the work. But Tinubu is still following the same footsteps.
All right.
It's even worse because it seems to know a lot of people. This we always want to please. I mean, I don't see him. I don't see, honestly.
All right, Tara.
I don't see any good thing coming from them.
All right, Tara. Thank you for your thoughts. Welcome. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Welcome. What's your name?
Donatus calling from Niger State.
Go ahead, Donatus.
I just want to ask a question.
Yes.
I don't want to offend anybody. I think the APC supporters should tell us what Nigeria will benefit from this 2-month budget. 2.2 trillion. Just for 2 months.
Hello, Donatus.
And by next year now we budget trillions of naira again for 12 months. I think we should do something. We should just do something. They should cut the cost of governance. It's too much. It's too much.
All right, Donatus.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let's look at some messages and we'll get back to the phone calls. You can join live on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja. This one right here says, I am not surprised. I'm trying to get that message to come up. Okay. Not as surprised about the annoying expenditure for so many reasons. One, just like most others in the past, acting out of trending materialistic impulse. Moreover, an average Nigerian and African leader is out of alignment with his core values as they can do and undo. There is no culture of accountability, especially when the NAS seem to have become the extended arm of the executive. The culture of protect has been outlawed by the government, and whoever tries to protest might be treated differently. And we have developed the worst cultural politics where leaders believe they can treat citizens anyhow and nothing will happen. If you take a case of human rights violation to court, the court, might dismiss the case on technical grounds. This is most unfortunate. This shows that we need a homegrown brand of democracy that will serve all Nigerians based on our core values. The current one is not working. Social engineer Comrade Itodo, we've got a question for you. What would you define homegrown brand of democracy? What would it look like if that were to be considered, if what we have going is not homegrown enough, And this says the yacht is simply for, how do you know that? SJ, how do you know that? All right. Is it too much for our leaders to continue with the cars that they were using before they were elected or appointed? So much misplaced priorities is what Tokbe is saying. And this says, please educate me. Do we have provisions for the office of the First Lady? Chima in Apo asking that question. And the presidency is coming out to do damage control on the purchase of the yacht with a statement. The item was stated as presidential yacht, meaning it means it is for the president. We are seeing all this expenditure because people are now perusing the details of government expenditures. The country can't afford to fund luxurious lifestyles of these politicians anymore. The president should drastically cut his government cost, is what Charles Umbat is saying. Let's get back to the phone lines. Take this one from the WhatsApp platform. Welcome. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Itodo, I greet you, my brother. How's work?
Work is good. How are you?
I'm very well. My name is DJ, and I'm calling from Kagini.
Welcome, DJ.
I want to lay my voice on this presidential yacht you're working on. Itodo, I want Nigerians to understand something. I recently listened to a president from the southern part of Africa when he said he just won an election and the system brought some document for him to sign. It's not he that requested. The system already have a way of doing their things. Like in Nigeria, the system already have a way of doing their thing. When the president Tinubu just came in, we learned that they want to increase the salary. The system has already done their job, but he just came in. He had to stop that increment. So this percentage of the purchase of yacht and whatever they want to do passes through budgets. And the budget of this yacht, I believe it came through the naval budget, not merely what the federal government prepares for themselves. So if it's there, it's not left for the president to react. Not that the president requested for it or he wants it. It's just what the system believes or the system are working on. So if everybody is making an allegation that the president is the one, he's not the president. Let us understand the fact that if you are employed today, the company will tell you your office is here. There's AC in your office. There's table here. There's computer. And some office, they will tell you there's television. And there's DSTV. It's not you that put those things there. It's already on ground. So if you come, you can say, no, I will not discharge this DSTV. I will not use the AC. I will not, because you want to cause cost. But first of all, those things are on ground. It's not that you requested for them. So let Nigerians understand that these items now that is playing now is already on ground because the system already have it on ground. So as such, it's not left for the president to say, okay, I will go with it, I will approve it.
All right,
or
JJ.
not. So let us not continuously castigate the president. Thank you, Itodo.
All right, thank you for sharing your thoughts. Welcome. Hello, are you there?
I'm here. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hey. Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You asked a question. What is homegrown democracy? Can I explain?
Yes, by all means. Go ahead.
I'm from Edo State. If my people decide to send me to represent them, instead of me to swear with this, our own culture, use it to swear that you are not going to take 1 naira from government coffer. And you know, in African religion, karma is real. We believe in karma, that whatsoever a man swear, that shall he reap. But the major religion we have will tell you our God is a merciful God. So when you commit certain things, you go before him sincerely and ask for forgiveness. Out of his mercy, he will forgive you. So homegrown democracy is not what we go and practicing. Even though if we are actually even practicing democracy the way they are practicing it, people better pass this one. That is one. Secondly, I heard somebody say that it's not Mr. President that asked for those things. Mr. Itodo, you know, some of us are not learning. I want to ask two questions. Who signed and sent that thing to Senate? With whose approval? I beg explain. Is it Mr. President? Because he said that there will be AC in the office. Why do you buy that AC if you know you don't need it? Because if you don't want the AC, it goes spoil. My dear brothers and sisters, not because you love somebody, you refer the person. Mr. President is a rich person. You could actually afford those things with his own money. So if you want to buy those things before becoming president, we do it. We had experience in Edo State then. We have a particular governor. He's from a wealthy home. So we said if he wins the election, he will not tamper with our money or do something wrong. Yeah, we're proven wrong. I will not say more than that in that regard. Everybody is aware of that particular story. So I would just advise Mr. President, just trade softly, JJ, be careful. Because we are hungry. Civil servants just collected 35,000 and look at the cars they want to buy. If you thought they'll say poverty that is worrying some of us, he needs this thing to make life comfortable for him. But it's too much now. How can you be slapping me, be beating me, so I should not cry? I love you, my friend.
All right, Mami Z.
If there's any way you can reduce it, the old ones, they should go and refurbish it. And if you know the manager like that, nothing will happen. If you are leading well, you can walk on the street. Nobody will concern you. When people are angry, that you have to protect yourself with all these bulletproof. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Welcome.
Hello?
Yes, welcome.
Good evening or good afternoon. My name is
Good afternoon.
Godfrey.
Welcome, Godfrey.
Maybe we don't understand what a yacht is. A yacht is not a combat ship. It is a luxury cruise ship. It's not even, a yacht is not even supposed to carry any ammunition. It is meant for luxury. In fact, in most places, you pay money as an individual, maybe you and your family, you go to a yacht and relax.
Yeah.
Everything is there. There is a kind of hotel, lawn tennis court, swimming pool inside there, bar, club, all kinds of things, but purely luxury for holidaying. So I wonder what Navy would need a yacht if they need a warship, which we learned Britain brought warship the other time. So that's the kind of the thing Navy should be talking about. Yacht is never owned by navies. They are owned by private individuals. In fact, this is even the first time I'm hearing that a country needs a yacht, except like people like Putin. But Putin's yacht is private yacht, is personal property, and some other oligarchs. So we should not if we don't understand what a yacht is, we should try to understand.
No, it's not about not understanding it. It's about why it's needed.
Came here and said okay, it's government that even said it's Navy that requested it. What is Navy doing with a yacht that doesn't carry ammunition? If they want a warship, they will get a warship, not a yacht. What are they doing with a warship that has swimming pool and all that? So, Tinubu knows what he wants a yacht for. The wife also has requested, or rather, office of the First Lady, that kind of money. But we should remember that she told us during campaign that they have so much money that they don't need Nigeria's money.
That was not even campaign. That was during the Thanksgiving service. Having been sworn in.
I'm happy you heard it. Let it not look like I'm the one lying. She said they have enough money, they don't need our money. Now, she's been a senator for so many years. The husband has been in government for a long time, very important. Today they are in government. Today they are impoverishing us. And today they are looking for yachts. She's still looking for fleet of vehicles. I'm sorry for this country.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Let's just hope that we get a bit of more breakdown and explanation as to why that is included in the Navy's budget. Maybe the budget office or the Navy itself would come out and give a bit of elaborate explanation as to the reason for that. Let's check out what you're saying on our online platforms, YouTube and Facebook. We're streaming at Nigeria Info Abuja. This is a roundtable going through some of the big stories making the rounds today in Nigeria. Adijat Mohammed, good afternoon. Thank you for joining the conversation and sharing your thoughts as well. We'll move on to our next story right now, shall we? And this is taking us to Calabar, the capital of Cross River State. And it has to do with an armed robbery gang who raided houses and carted away pots of soup at the Mbukba, Ambo, and Adak Uko areas of Calabar South Local Council of Cross River State. Now, the burglary was a regular occurrence in these areas. The cutting away of pots of soup and food items was surprising to the residents. I mean, if you put that side by side the times we're in right now, you would guess why they chose the food, even though there's not enough excuse. But the reports here state that the robbers started the operation at about 2 a.m., forced doors and burglaries open and beat up residents in the Adak Uko neighborhood. They also warned residents not to shout. Imagine being beaten and being told not to shout at the same time. I'm not sure how that's supposed to work, as they had not come to kill them, but to get food and valuables. Now, one of the residents shared that the gang wielded machetes and were very smart. They also pulled down the burglaries and gained entry into the living room and the kitchen. One of the neighbors was hit in the head for screaming, but the man told them that they did not come to kill them at all. However, policemen around the division were alerted but only responded after the robbers had left. And when contacted at the time when this report was shared, the State Police Public Relations Officer, PPRO, Irene Ugbo, said she was yet to be briefed on the incident. Really sad times. But on the flip side, something really sad, well, sadder, happened in Yobe, as no fewer than 8 persons were killed in an impoverished explosive device IED incident in Yobe on Tuesday evening. Now, according to the Zagazola Makama, a counterinsurgency publication focused on the Lake Chad region, the mourners who rode on tricycles were struck by the IED planted by Boko Haram insurgents in Goni Metiri village near the Gumsa town in Gaidam local government area of the state. Now, the reports said that the deceased persons were returning from the Salatul Janaza of 16 persons killed by the terrorists over non-payment of imposed taxes in Ngoro Kieya village. Now, a source in the military told the publication that 6 persons were injured, out of which 4 had severe cases and had been taken to the general hospital in Gaidam. So really sad. how insecurity is still a major challenge in different parts of the country. One part suffering from armed robbers, the other part Boko Haram. And it begs the question, what exactly is the government doing? What strategies are they implementing if what has been done in the past isn't working or yielding the results as expected? How are they changing these things to ensure that Nigerians don't lose their lives? Imagine attending a funeral where you've gone to lay a loved one to rest, and then you lose more people in the process. No one can really come to terms with that particular situation. So yes, Cross River State and Yobe State sharing their insecurity situation in the last few hours. Let's take a few more thoughts and we'll go on a break, getting to Abuja today at 4 o'clock, and be back to take more of your reactions to the roundtable today. Let's get to you right now. Welcome. All right. Sorry about that. If you can, do well to call back. Welcome.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Dr. Itodo.
Yes, welcome.
This is Vital Speaker calling from Otako.
Go ahead.
Itodo.
Yes.
Nigeria will have one fundamental problem that we don't know how we'll handle it.
What's the problem?
Incidentally, darkness has overwhelmed light.
Before you go on, can you move away from your device so I can hear you clearly?
I said in Nigeria, darkness has overwhelmed light. And every attempt, if you watch, there are one thing I discover in Nigeria. If you are good and want to go into government, probably to correct the happenings in government, you enter instead of you changing the situation you met will change you.
All right.
And this thing is continuing, and it seems there's no. Anyway, God is God. Maybe we are still waiting for the day He will send Nigeria Messiah. If not, we are in.
All right, sorry about that. If you can just send a message to complete your thought. Before we go on the break, quick update right here regarding the yacht. According to the chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on Appropriations, he says that the budget for the yacht has been transferred to the student loan. Now, he spoke on Thursday while briefing journalists on the passage of the supplementary budget. In his words, as far as we are concerned, we don't have that presidential yacht anymore. We have increased the student loan, he said. Now, if you recall, the student loan was put at 5 billion naira in the budget, but right now has been increased to 10 billion naira. However, it'd be great to know who put that in the budget in the first place, right? While the transfer it will be hailed as being good, it'd be great to know who put that in the budget and why, in a bit to prevent it from happening in future. But yes, that's the quick update on the yacht. So not happening anymore, and the funds transferred to the student's loan. Welcome.
Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. My name is Comrade Salisu.
Welcome, Sally. So go ahead.
Yeah, my take today about Nigeria. Before, Bola Tinubu and his wife are in the government for a long time, and they have too much money. They don't need Nigerian money. But today, they need Nigerian money. They are using our money. They want to destroy the country. And
that's not the right allegation to make. All right, let's be very careful with the wordings that we use, please.
Yeah, okay. So now, when you see the way the money is going now, the House of Assembly, they see Nigeria is prospective, getting out of hand, and they are buying a lot of big cars. They are bringing the big money that they want to loot. What is a good thing to do in the country? When they need to divert the economy to another fund, Nigeria to go have more money to fund the country. Now they are borrowing money to pay salaries, and you are buying big cars. That nobody can everything get out of hand, and they not care. They want to loot, they want to thief, they want to steal, they want to do anything they like, and get out from the government. And after they go, the Nigeria continues suffering. You know what they are going to happen? And we continue like this.
All right.
The youth to stand up.
All right.
The youth not stand up to take the power to their hand. These people are going to finish us.
All right, Comrade Salisu, that's a good place to leave your thought right there. Joy is here for Abuja today. I'd like to hear her thoughts on the yacht, even though it's been switched. So what do you think about a yacht? Would you like to get on a yacht sometime and, have a great... I remember that video making the rounds on socials about the lady who said she wants to go to Dubai, get on a yacht and have a good time. I've been suffered for 19 years. But I think a yacht is a good thing if you can afford it.
Yes, it's high class luxury. Only a lot of the rich de la creme have it. So to have this on the national budget raises a lot of concerns and questions on morality and insensitivity and things like that. The average Nigerian is battling a lot, and you come and push out a budget, and he's seeing these things, and it's like, scale of preference. Can these things be out with? Because yacht is exclusive luxury. It's not a need, I must say.
Right now.
Yeah, it's not.
It's needed if you've worked really hard all year. You want to take out some time to go relax. Yeah. It's understandable if you can afford it. But if you can't afford it, if you have to borrow to buy it.
Yeah, because it's an expense. I don't know the economic value. It's not a shipping boat. It's not bringing in fish or anything. It's just pure luxury, relaxation, and lazing about. Wow. And for a lot of people, that is not comfortable at all.
Joey is here for the news. At 4 o'clock after the news, we'll get back to your reactions and the roundtable will continue.
Let's talk about the biggest conversations made of trustworthy ideas, passionately connected.
This is Nigeria Info.